Hi everyone, my name is Ahmed with the Tutoring Center here at Oakland University. I know what you might be thinking. Wow, he's probably really good at writing in midair. Or are the words really floating? Or maybe he's good at writing backwards. How is he facing us yet writing correctly on the screen in which we can read it? Can he write backwards? All of those are viable options when it comes to dealing with this kind of technology. In reality, I'm doing none of those things. I'm writing just like I would on a regular whiteboard, and I'm talking to you just like I would in a regular lecture. We're using a new piece of technology called a Lightboard, and you see the finished product like this, but in reality, we're dealing with something more like this. We have lighting set up, we have a piece of glass, we have a camera, and what we do, you see the finished product, but it's actually a flipped image. In editing, we flip the image after we're done recording, and so you see me writing backwards and facing you, but in reality, I'm facing the board and writing just like I would on any piece of paper. Let's dive in and take a look at the aspects of a Lightboard. So the aspects of the Lightboard include basically this piece of glass that you see behind me, which we use to write on and to deliver the concept we're trying to portray or to go over. We have the camera that's doing the actual recording, and we have the lighting in the room. These three things comprise the technology that makes up the video and makes it so professional. And so there's a few tips before using the Lightboard you should be aware of. First of all, be sure to keep the lighting the way it is set up in the room. The lighting is very important in the video as it gives off the shadow and makes the neon colors glow, as well as the person that's trying to deliver the message. And we'll dive into that a little bit later. The other thing to remember is when you're using the Lightboard, be sure to speak as slowly and as clearly as possible. You have to remember that the person watching the video isn't present in the room with you to ask you any questions he or she may have. So you want to deliver the content as clearly and as concisely and perfectly as possible, because you are not going to be there to clarify anything. Same thing with the way you write on the board. Make sure you write as legibly and as clear as possible, because again, you aren't going to be there for the viewer to ask you, what does that word say? Or what did you write over there? And so it is very important that you speak clearly and you write clearly in order for the video to have its effect on the viewer. The whole point of the Lightboard is to deliver a message in a clear and concise way. The reason it's so effective is that it eliminates any distractions around the viewer. That's due in part because of the lighting. We said the lighting was very important, and so the way the lighting is set up in the room allows us to black out the background and just have the words lit up and the speaker lit up, which when the viewer is watching your video deletes and eliminates distractions around. Whereas if you use a regular camera to record the video, or you use the document camera to record a video, you might get access distractions with the pen moving and the pen blocking the words. With this, we eliminate that because we just deliver a basically person speaking with words around them. And so that is why the Lightboard is so effective. Before you get started with using the Lightboard, I suggest that you come prepared with the notes and the problems you want to do for that session. It is very important, again, like we said, we want to eliminate the distractions. So if you're constantly looking at a piece of paper, the viewer is not going to feel anything different than having him sit through a lecture in a lecture hall. We want to eliminate the distractions, so it's very important that you come prepared and that you don't constantly look at the piece of paper in front of you. It's okay to have a piece of paper laying next to you to look back on and make sure you are on the right track, but you don't want the entire video to be you looking at the piece of paper. Again, has something to do with the distractions in the video. We want to eliminate the distractions. And so my suggestion is that you review the problems you want to do, or you review the concepts you want to do, and try to memorize as much as possible so you don't make any mistakes and so that you deliver a clear, concise, crisp video. When you're ready to begin using the Lightboard and you've prepared and are ready to record, you're going to visit the e-learning department at Kresge Library, and that's where the recording for the Lightboard is done. When you get here, there's a few steps you have to follow in order to get the Lightboard up and running. This involves turning on the lights, turning on the Lightboard, turning on the camera, and turning on the computer system recorder software, as well as turning on your mic and getting mic'd. A member of the e-learning department would be happy to show you how to do that your first time around. And it is very simple and easy to use this piece of technology. And don't forget to follow the 2 rules we had: write clearly and speak clearly. With that, you can have an extraordinary video with a great new piece of technology and a great new way to learn that is taking over the internet and online learning departments. And so with that, we hope to see you using the Lightboard in the future.